Hey everybody, this is Ahdoom coming back at you with another exciting episode of Darkest Dungeons. I'm still having a bit of a giggle to myself at the last episode in which we had the lulliest boss bash ever. If you haven't checked it out, got Helping Hand in so I could bring level 6s to an apprentice level boss bash. Episode 40, seriously stop now, go back, watch it, it's hilarious. For everyone else who's already watching this, thank you guys for sticking around. Love it if you guys could like and subscribe to the video. Time for us to focus on leveling up some lower level characters. We have level 2 Hellion and Master at Arms, level 1 Vestal and Houndmaster already trinketed up, and we're going to be doing a long map to explore 90% of rooms. For a Berserk Charm, some portraits and some gold, you'll see that I'm completely out of everything because I've spent a bit of time and money on upgrades, and it's time for us to press on. We'll take 2 stacks of torches, and I think that's going to be enough. We're going to bring 3 keys, 4 shovels, probably 3 medicinal herbs, 2 holy waters, and 2 whole stacks of food. That's pretty much all of my cash taken care of, and it's time for us to press in and press on. Gosh, today has been a silly one. I've been having... it's just... sometimes the game serves you easy. I'm not expecting that now. In fact, I have to focus on actually playing this game properly again, because the last map was just so stupid easy. Now, let's look at this monstrosity. Golly gosh, we could probably, in terms of efficiency, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 rooms, which means I can only afford to miss 2 of them for the 90%, which means I've got to do absolutely everything. So we'll press on that way, catch this room on the way back, and then carry on. Probably didn't bring enough torches, but that's okay. I don't mind doing this in a slightly darker mode. Faux show. Disease resistance is the salient thing against this particular curio, and the highest I've got is 30. So we'll take the chance on the Houndmaster, and it's just a tree, which is completely fine. We'll press onwards though, and see what we can see. First room, and it's an empty. Let's press on and carry on through. No curios. Just a sack so far. We'll see what we've got, and literally the smallest of change. It's not a handsome reward, it's 25 gold. Come on. Alright. Room battle with some scratchers and artillery, which isn't a problem at all. Try and get lucky with an insta-kill with the Iron Swan. And it's a beautiful crit for 20. Pressing on through, we'll make sure that we're in as good a place as we can for the next round with a stun on the fungal artillery. Most of my guys are probably going to be best placed to do damage either across the board. Let's hit for 3, not too much of a worry there. Could try and focus down on the fungal artillery. It's actually not a bad call because these guys do a lot more damage with stress and blights and stuns than anything else. Takes a bleed for 1. Again, these guys are all pretty lowbies, so I'm not expecting anything revolutionary from them. Have a pretty good chance for a kill there with the Master at Arms, which I'll take. And I don't have to worry about support units any longer, just bleeds from the fungal scratches should they be so inclined. Not massive opportunities for heals here, but we will drop a stun here on the scratcher and deny him a turn. Hopefully it takes, and it does. Time for us to start looking at better opportunities for us to do more meaningful damage though, and while Hound's Harry is actually, it's equally good. This does more initial damage, this does less. Alright, let's get bleed going on everything if we can, and it's taken across the board. Probably get a stun and knockback going as well, just to deny these guys a turn, because I've got a good feeling about doing just that. And time for a wicked hack down the line on the guy with the most damage currently running. Down to 7 HP, but he doesn't have a word in edgewise as to what happens next, which is completely fine. 5 damage on the Hellion, which I'll probably try and do something about. But first things first is trying to secure that first and all-important kill. First kill, but got to weaken down their lines by a good measure. 5 damage down on the Fungal Scratcher, and he's got 2 more damage coming. Get a heal going on the Hellion, because the chance of stun is pretty weak at this stage on this chappie. I could try and do a number of things, but I think I'm just going to try and get him to a place where he's going to die. With that 2 bleed, he's gone, and we've taken care of that very handily. Very handily indeed. Pretty weak trinkets across the board, but that's okay. and that unlocked strongbox will pick up for, well, nothing really. Let's get rid of this anti-venom because I've got a feeling that I'm not going to need it horribly. That food as well is going to be pretty redundant, but let's eat it while we got it, and let's press on into the next corridor. Stress level's looking fine, health is looking fine, we're in a good place. That trap though is going to add some stress damage to me. Troubling F and G. I normally skip them, but I might take the time to double check to see what they're actually doing. Excludes that YouTube upload screen. I cannot wait for you guys to see the video that I'm currently uploading. It is so goddamn funny. Okay, what are you called? It's a troubling effigy. Positive quirk. Yep, let's get that taken care of. It's not a purge though, which is fine. We can use a positive quirk. Eagle Eye, you've got some things that are bad about you. Let's hope for a better one with... There we go. What do we have? Irrepressible, which does plus 5% virtue chance. No complaints at all. No complaints at all from me. Again, everyone's got pretty much equivalent disease resist, so we'll just chance this on the Hellion, and there's nothing to it, which is not a problem. Press on to the next room and see what we got. Alright, that's an empty corridor battle to look forward to, and scouting gives me a battle room both places. We've got to press down this way though, and so we will. Again, we've got 2 camps in this long dungeon, so we'll have to, well, probably pace ourselves so slightly. Old tree is just a tree, and let's torch up and press on. At some stage we will be running torchless on this map, unfortunately, because I didn't bring quite enough, but I think we should be just fine. Cure battle right in here, with a group of Scratchers and a group of Acolytes. That Eldritch push could cause some problems, but I have an advance that can get me forward. No, that's all fine. Stressful incantation. You know, it's stress that's going to be my biggest problem, because I don't really have anyone that can take care of stress at all. We'll probably look at stunning one of the stressors, and he dodges. Get some torch back though, and that's okie dokie by me. Beautiful Iron Swan for the crit, and that's certainly one less guy for me to have to worry about. Chance for an insta-kill right here, which could be a thing, but I'd much rather debuff these guys for speed at this particular stage, because speed makes everything just work better. Looking at an all-over bleed if we can to get some damage over time rolling on these guys. There are still 3 of them left, and it does make sense. Again, Groping Swing is dodged very handily, and 1 more to come. 3 damage, pretty minor, and no debuffs or mals in by any measure. Drop another party, the lead down. They're rocking 2 damage for the next couple of turns, and try and focus some damage where it's going to count the most, which I'm going to be guessing is here. Only 7, so he's not going to be dead next turn as a guarantee, but we can still work with things. We'll drop another stun though on the Acolyte. Hopefully it takes this time. 2 damage, and he, or she, I should say she, is out of action for the turn. Not that gender is particularly dominating as far as these things go. Could look at doing another debuff across the line to get some damage done, or we can try and get this guy to the precipice of death. He's got 2 hit points and 2 bleeds, so he's absolutely a goner. 3 HP left on this Acolyte, and I think the next party bleed attack is going to make the difference there. 2 left, and we are sitting pretty. We'll drop a Wicked Hack right here. Oh, and it's a kill, which is absolutely gorgeous. Could rely on the Master at Arms to take care of things and take the chance for a stress removal. Things aren't quite that pronounced yet, so we'll do a Hound's Harry right here, which is dodged, unfortunately, but we get the follow-up on the back end with the Master at Arms, who brings things home. Okay, so we've got some choices to make about stuff and things. I haven't been using dog treats, and I often forget to use them, to be entirely honest. So what I'm going to do is drop the emerald right there, probably the citrine, where there's currently 25 gold, and we will press on. Let's have a look at this ancient coffin to see if we have anything that's stackable. We've got some deeds, which we kind of need, and some gold, which we always like. I'm going to swap that gold in for that bleedstone, because the gold will become worth more than the bleedstone really soon. I could probably get rid of that holy water at this stage, but I do want to keep it for the chance that we're going to have something that is impressive out of it. Alright, leaving those deeds behind is going to be a tough call. No, we're going to drop the citrine because deeds are worth more at this stage of the game than an extra 250 gold, even if it stacks up to become more than that. Trap to look at. 90% chance this arm, which we will take on the Houndmaster, but he fails, taking 18 stress. Alright, you can be curious, and that 50 gold does add up quite handily. And we have an empty room to enter. There's another empty room back yonder. I don't know if scouting counts. Oh, go on. What the hell is that? Just, yeah, it's curious. Okay, that's fine. And a corridor battle right here. There we go. Fungal artillery and 2 scratches. This one should be relatively easy as far as things go. Could probably try and do a double stun to open things up. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Could probably finish things off with a stun on the fungal battery. Nice critical hit, and we've got the freedom to do whatever we see fit, which is absolutely lovely. What we're going to do with that free turn is probably drop a riposte. Low damage, but massive damage potential as that follows up. And we'll probably get a Hound's Rush here as well for the kill. Great crit of 10, and his stress is handily managed. These guys have been out of action for a turn, which is completely fine by me. Damage and dodge is greatly debuffed though, but we can still start to do our bit on the back row. 4 damage in play there, and 1 bleed to follow up. And we'll probably drop a judgment or a party heal. Can drop a judgment, but it's not going to get him to where we want him to be. Let's try for a party heal. 3 all round. Obviously we only have hit points to soak up on 2 of them. That's completely fine, and we'll go for... Alright, so he's dead in his next turn, which is fine by me. Could be dead this turn. Yeah, dead in this turn. Love those ripostes. Groping Swing drops down 3 damage, and no other complications, because these guys are all still level 1s. It's time for us to start dropping some serious damage down here. Now, I could try and knock him back and stun him, and that wouldn't be a bad call, because denying them a turn is always good, and my Hellion isn't doing me any additional benefit in being in position 1 anymore, with the last position now thoroughly gone. Wicked Hack is dropped in place, and this chappie is down to 4 life. I've got a strong feeling that I'm going to be able to take him out in the next turn. In fact, I've got a strong feeling might just be able to get him there now. Nicely, nicely done. Superb. Alright, let's do a quick rejuggle. Pick up what we can. Again, those deeds just keep adding up, which is fine by me. Torch is completely fine, and we should have an empty slot very soon. Once we have camped and used that last torch, which I'm actually not going to use for a bit, because again I have to make it all the way back here before I get to my next battle. Not too worried about getting stunned. I just need to keep an eye on the minimap in case some nasty little gremlin has dropped a trap somewhere on down the line. So, thank you guys again for watching these. I have a lot of fun making them. Have some downtime at the moment, and I thought, why the heck not? If you've been enjoying these, please do like them. And if you don't like them for whatever reason, or think I could do better, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I've only really been putting games to YouTube for a couple weeks, all up, as much as my channel has been around for a little bit longer. Hunger check, and no problems there at all. Entering an empty room, and we're going to torch up just enough to get us into Radiant for the corridor battle. And these are some pretty easy lowbies, which we should be able to make pretty handy use pretty short work out of. Insta-kill in the back row. Gravenable gets dodged in the first instance. It's probably going to get followed up immediately with another, but nope. Got a chance to make sure that they only get that 1 attack in this turn. Can look for something else to do. For example, I could buff my torch, which is what I'm going to do. It won't get the kill. And if I get a chance with the Houndmaster, the stun didn't take, we'll just take him out.
Another abomination.
There we go. That's a free torch, which we're just going to use right now, because I want to have that free slot in case I find any goodies in this crate. Which we do, and that's now a full stack of deeds for us to enjoy back in the hamlet. Corridor battle with a Bloodletter, a Cutthroat, and a Fusilier, and we get the surprise on them because we're in Radiant Light, among other reasons. Drop an Iron Swan right here, and I hope to kill this Fusilier. Just enough damage for an insta-kill, which I am eminently grateful for. Could look at trying to drop some bleed damage on these guys, but I'm probably going to focus on the Cutthroat because I've got a few options to take care of him, and his bleeds are more of a concern for me than, well, they probably should be, to be entirely honest. Let's finish him off now with the Man-at-Arms. Nicely done, a little bit of stress reduction there. Go for a Torch buff and stun right here. Only 50% chance, and he resists it, which is completely fair. Rain of Whips drops, and I need to make sure I get a riposte active so I can make up for his group attacks. As much as they're pretty low damage, really don't like taking the stress, and I definitely don't like taking the bleeds. Unfortunately, I can't heal anyone else of these at the moment, so what I'll just do is drop an immediate wicked hack right here for 16 glorious damage. Point blank shot, though, might be of a concern, and it is. That's a move out of position, and I'm probably going to need to focus a bit of healing on her next turn. That said, I'm going to hope to kill... Let's take a gamble now and do a... No, it's not. Let's not gamble. Getting too cocky. We had a really easy one last time around. 1 damage, and there we go. Let's do a focus heal on the Hellion, just because I like to play things slightly safer than I probably should. Get a chance to probably get the kill here. Oh yeah, easy. And we're clear. Clear, clean, and done. Everything that we've just collected stacks comfortably, and it's a long walk back to the starting rank. Might drop a camp in there. Might be running low on food. Hopefully we find what we need to get us through without taking too much undue stress. Alright, press on through. Nice long stroll in the Weald. It's a perfect thing to, you know, put you at your ease. There are worse dungeons. Actually, there really aren't. This is the hardest dungeon. Kind of gotta take the lumps here. Damn, another hunger check. I'm concerned that camping is either going to be non-viable or an outright problem for me. But again, I haven't been feeding these guys very much. I haven't been camping as yet. I'm going to keep that food, actually. I'm not going to camp. I might throw out one of the firewoods, to be honest, just to make sure I'm not in too bad a place infantry-wise. That said, we are taking some pretty gnarly stress. Let's torch up now that we're back in a place of risk. Grab that torch and our inventory. Yeah, we can definitely take that.
Trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit concerned about the food situation. I should have brought more last time I did, and it was way too much. But last time it was not as long a run as this one, so I'm getting just a smooch worried.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption.
We could dig that up, but I'm not going to. Alright, pressing on and torching up. See what we get behind door number 1. It's an empty. Alrighty. So here's a chance for us to possibly do some de-stressing, but these guys aren't surprised, unfortunately, so probably have to take a few lumps, and that is a blight. That is certainly a blight. Get the first move in, though, and I'll make sure that I deny them a turn. Crit for 20, and everyone shuffles forward by a 1. A little bit of stress removed there, which is always very nice. Could look at healing this guy up, and I think I will. Only 4, but again, we're on level 1s. I've been kind of spoiled by having as many level 5s and 6s as I've had. Could look to do some stress removal, but the reality is we want to make sure that we're avoiding as much damage as we can. That bleed goes down, and this guy is dead in his next turn. Do have a little bit of time to play with, though. There isn't that much of an opportunity for me to faff, to be honest, so I'm going to drop an Adrenal Rush as much as it's completely useless. You know, this guy's dead. I just want to make sure that I'm... Here we go, let's take the chance for some stress to be gone. And it takes just on me, though. And let's... well... Nah, kind of have to kill him, so I will. Oh! Well, that dodge is, I guess, a way to solve that problem. We'll drop another Divine Grace here on the Man-at-Arms. He's now full up, aside from the damage taken from one more damage of light. Get that Citrine in play. All of our debuffs have cleared. We're going to up that torch level, take the chance on the Hellion, and that's very nice. We'll probably drop the citrine. No, we'll drop the firewood because we really can't use it. Really can't use it. Alright, pressing on. Over to self, bring more food next time. Have a rune battle, a couple of acolytes, a couple of brawlers, and nothing to be too concerned about. We'll be taking some stress though. That's an unfortunate thing, but it does have to happen from time to time. Probably going to look at debuffing these guys, the enemy's speed. We'll get a nice party bleed in though. Again, just the one bleed in place, but it's always good to start working him down at an early age. That 10 damage though puts this guy in a place in which she is dead next turn. Fantastic. Rend for the Old Gods drops and we take a bleed, but we have something to do. Well, we can do something about that. Probably focus our damage down on, well, I did say I was going to do a overall debuff, but I got to take the chance to take out the acolyte, and that was a bit of a forlorn hope, unfortunately. What I will do though is look at a way of buffing my torch a bit and making sure that kill is taken care of. Both stressors are down and out in the next turn. Going to take another hit from Cultist and a double bleed, which is completely fine because the first thing I'm going to do is sort that problem out. Right, Adrenal Rush, let's drop that down, get some heal in, clear those bleeds, and give ourselves a very healthy damage and accuracy buff. Question I've got to deal with myself now is to ask myself if I need to be focusing damage or if I need to be doing all of the bleeds, and I'm going to focus up. 7 HP left, and I'm confident that my mana arms will be able to clear up that piece of business with no problem there. Bleed was, but the debuff did take. He's probably going to go for it again. Rend for the Old Gods, and that 3 damage has stuck with a fresh bleed dropped in place. That increased stress, though, is a real problem. Let's have a look what we can do. It's absolutely a kill. That's maybe a kill. Let's take absolutely a kill. Always take absolutely a kill. If you can, absolutely always absolutely take a kill. 5 health on the Hellion, getting her closer to fully topped up, and it's time for us to consider our options carefully. We can hack down range, and look, that takes care of things really handily. A couple of torches, a little bit of gold, I think some deeds as well. Let's get that key in and see what it gives me. More deeds, which I unfortunately can't take on with what I've got in place. I don't really think that my chances are good for actually getting a camp in, so I'm going to drop that firewood. And let's press on. Getting okay luck with torches. Not getting amazing luck though with food, unfortunately. Okay, take the chance, and you pick up a blight. That's okay. Blights aren't a disease. Diseases cost money, and that trap was dodged. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Let's get in here and see what we get. Battle room with a couple of humies to take care of. In a good place with the Iron Swan to insta-kill that Fusilier. Very nicely done. Probably get a focus damage down on the Cutthroat, which I'm going to follow up with the kill with the Hound, sorry, with Mana Arms. Going to have some damage rocking down on the Vestal, so I'll try and correct some of it. Ah, dodge! Alright, that's fine. Let's try and finish things off. Crit for 17, and he only has one action. That one action, though, can drop stress and bleeds, but he chooses a point-blank shot, which only does me 6 damage. Doesn't move me out of position either, and so I'm feeling pretty confident, to be entirely honest. Hound's Rush in place to start the bleed train going. 7 damage as well, which is nothing to sneer at. Follow on with probably a Judgment to hopefully recover some health for ourselves, and we do get 3 back, which is just lovely. Drop 15 damage on the Bloodletter, which is great. He's going to come back with Punishment. 3 damage and no bleed. Awesome sauce. And we could crush here. We could try and go for the stun. 50% chance for it to take. He's taken 3 damage as well. That stun hasn't taken, unfortunately, but we do get the jump on him. We will try and do a stress heal. 4 less. Does that only work on him on low levels? Alright, whatever. Finish things off.
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Given that we're not going to be doing a party buff, and I don't like my chances of having anything else, I'm going to favor portraits over gold for the moment. We will definitely be buffing up the Hellion. And to be honest, this gold is likely to be worth more than these citrines. to be honest. We know we'll find more. Right, let's drop it on the Onyx instead. We find an Onyx in this ancient coffin. Nope. Made the right call. Everything stacked up quite nicely. I can afford to skip this room, but I'm not going to. Nothing wrong with being slightly more of a completionist. Do need to remember to shuffle these guys back in play, though. Old tree, and it's just a tree. Let's take care of a shovel right now to clear that obstacle and press on to see if we have surprises or an empty room in store for us behind door number 3. It's an empty. You know what? Didn't lose too much time. Didn't lose too much of anything, to be honest. That was completely fine. Down to 2 torches, though, so we're going to get to Crazy Town pretty soon. That said, our haul hasn't been too bad for deeds, and we do need a few more deeds just to complete our reduction in upgrade costs and stagecoach, I think. So no complaints there. Radiant Light, no surprise unfortunately, so we're going to take a couple of blanket attacks. Minimal damage there, but the debuffs are a problem. Okay, dodges all around despite the dodge debuff, and I need to start focusing heals down on the Hellion. That's 5 up, bringing her about 11 away from the end. Unfortunately, the Iron Swan didn't get the kill, but I think I can finish things off with the Hounds Harry, but they dodged them. Only 1 bleed took as well, so things are not as happy as they could be. I'll debuff these guys and hopefully secure that kill. Yes, and I've debuffed their dodge and speed, fortunately. Slice and Dice does some serious damage, but no other ill effects, aside from, actually, I've got a bleed resist debuff, which is going to be a bit of a problem. Need to do another focused heal, probably on the Hellion, and that 6 is very appreciated. Blanket Fire does some damage to us. I think it's party heals from here on out, but in the meantime, let's start looking at where we can get our kills in. Good kill on the Cutthroat right there. Probably decent chance to follow up on the Fusilier as well. 7 damage plus 1 bleed. Need 3 more damage to get this guy to his bitter end, which is more than handily delivered by the Man-at-Arms. Shank drops down, but the bleed does not take, and we're in a good place, I think, to either faff or to party heal, and it's a party heal all around. Not amazing, but better than we've been getting typically with... better than we're typically getting with anything else. We can look at no, let's drop some straight old-fashioned damage. 4 down, plus 1 more next turn. And let's go for the kill with Man-at-Arms. Well done, ladies and germs. 1 key, 4 crests, small change. If only we could eat keys. If only we could eat keys. Empty room, and let's press on. Getting really worried about hunger checks. No, oh, thank God. No, 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 no. Oh, no, no. Oh, okay. I was hoping I could get there in time. Still got 4. We can take 1 more hunger check than we could before, so no complaints. Couple of Nashers, and they've got the jump on me this time, which is really unfortunate. Rabid Rush is going to do some substantial damage because there are 2 more of them to come. No bleeds, that Doomsday is a concern. Dodges all around. Rabid Rush and the Hellion, 2 damage there, and that's acceptable depending on how the turns play out. And then a crit for 5. Didn't take a bleed though, and for that I am very grateful. I am going to advance slightly with the Man-at-Arms because I can do damage to everyone with a Hound's Harry, and their resistant bleed is pretty weak, so let's get that Pain Train started. Superb, bleeds on 3 out of 4. Not going to advance. I rely on the Vestal to take care of that for me. I will go in for the kill on position 2, which will move everyone 1 step further. Going to do the manual move back with the Vestal, which makes it lose a turn with her, but they've been denied 1 action, which is better than moving forward with the Hellion. Resists the bleed, fortunately, and our overall health situation is looking slightly concerning. Stress is also building up slightly alarmingly, but I'm not taking too many debuffs or damages there, and the dodges are coming through, you know, at effective pace. Party heal, though. That party heal delivered 3s all round and a 6 on my good friend, the Man-at-Arms. Let's drop a killing blow with the Hellion, and with only a few more left to go, I can either pretty much get a kill, or no, it's pretty much get a kill. There we go. Taken out. Just a madman left. Reduce my stress level ever so slightly as well. Let's take the opportunity to try and stun him if we can. And that takes. I'm feeling much more comfortable and much more confident about how this is playing out. Not that I was particularly worried. I'm still riding a high of arrogance. A high of arrogance from the last helping hand round, where we crush things cruelly. Now your stun resist is up to 50, which isn't to say that I can't give it a try again. Well, killed him. Went a bit too rough there.
So clearly.
Bit too rough there. We'll hold on to those bandages in case we happen to need them. We have no torches left though, which is a consequence that I'm probably going to have to live with. These longs, sometimes they're long and sometimes they're not quite as long. Torchlight is starting to become a bit of a concern, but I only need to take out one more room functionally to get where I need to be, and I get a torch just in the nick to keep me in radiant, well, dim. Check out the room, and we've got a battle on our hands with an acolyte, a madman, and 2 scratchers, but we get the jump on them, which puts me in a pretty good position to kill. Beautiful shots there. Probably out of position with the Houndmaster, but you know what? He's kind of good everywhere. Let's drop some focus damage on the acolyte. Who's going to be avoiding stress if we can help it. Let's finish her off if we can. Nicely done. And I think it's going to be a party heal or a focused heal. Yeah, let's get a stun in, because we're low on torch, and stuns are amazing anyway. Stuns are just amazing. Get a good dodge in with the Hellion there. This guy's going to be buffed up for stun for a turn, but we have a different guy that we can focus on instead. So let's start doing damage on position 2. Get a stun going once again, and keep buffing our torch back up to radiant. 83 points as things stand. Going for the kill with the Houndmaster. 3 damage, still leaves him with 6 HP, so hopefully we can finish him off with the Man at Arms. And he's a goner, keeping really good map control here. Sorry if I call it map control, by the way. It's just a term that I'm kind of used to using from other games and other casters. Let's keep things carrying forward. 5 damage left. He's got, 2 HP left. Functionally 1 hit point left. So let's drop a party heal here. Great party heal, by the way. 663, and that guy was already completely topped up. Get the crush, the kill, and we are sitting so pretty. Let's pick up what can stack and use what can't. Boom. And let's just juggle these guys around, because I get the feeling that the Vestal is more comfortable in the absolute back row. This is the last room we absolutely have to do. We could get greedy and do 2 more before we can get there. We've got a corridor battle, but it's going to be a corridor battle in our favor for sure. Okay, position 3 Acolyte. Want to make sure that we're focusing on taking out those stress guys, because stress guys give me stress. We'll probably deny them a turn in entirety by taking out that Bone Rabble, and we will. Nicely done. You will leave a body behind though, because it isn't a critical hit. I'm going to look at what we can do to put ourselves in the best position for next turn, which is to drop a stun on that Brawler and give ourselves a little bit more Torchlight in the mix as well. Crush on the back row there, and that Acolyte is so dead. So dead. It's absurd. We've got the jump now, but we don't. Ren for the Old Gods comes out first, but it's a dodge. We're going to come back with a wicked hack, if I can click correctly. Boom, you've got 3 health left. We could look at faffing somewhat, and we will. Just faffing for a bit more Torchlight. 1 HP left. If it's my Houndmaster next, I'll be grateful. Let's try and reduce some stress if we can. And it takes on everybody, and I'm very grateful for that. Going in for the kill, and he doesn't get a dodge. He's done, and deaded.
At least promises success.
Let's favor the gold over the bandages. We still have 1 shovel left. I'm not sure if we're actually going to need it, but it's a safety blanket for me. And just in time, the game is kind and gives me another torch, which keeps us in radiant as we enter the final room that we have to pursue. We're in a pretty good place. Let's just do 1 more room. This might come back and bite me in the tuchus, but let's see how we go. No surprise here, but dodges all around, so very happy with that. Let's get him back for that with an insta-kill Iron Swan. Beautiful stuff. You can look at a stun here, and that might be a pretty good call given the situation we're in for health, which is good all around, and without any torches left in our inventory. The stun takes as well, which makes me very happy. Go in for a crushing blow for 10 damage, And this guy is a goner. We'll drop a Hound's Harry to get more value for money. Rainer Whips comes down, and a riposte would be great, but we don't have one. A couple of bleeds, but nothing to be worried about, particularly at this stage. We're looking very confident and, to be honest, slightly cocky, which we need to manage. Overconfidence, after all, is a slow and insidious killer. Pressing through, we'll look at trying to... Well, he's already stunned. What else can I do? Get a riposte going, that's for sure. Nicely done. Wicked Strike, 16 damage. Fantastic work, guys. And I can try and go for another... Let's go for another Party De-Stress. That takes for everyone. 65% chance to get it. It's a low value stress heal at this level. But you know what? I'll take whatever I can get. 1 damage coming on the bleed. Let's do a crush and hopefully get a kill. We do. And everything is just fabulous. That gold, though, not going to ignore it.
Pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Gonna drop that gold in favor of the shovel. Those busts I really want. So let's feed these guys and hopefully allay a hunger check. Now I could stop things now, or I could press on. It's a risk. I should probably not take it, to be honest. Let's get this one. Let's get this one curio and get out of here. How about that? Because we're approaching full. Well, got some torch.
In radiance, may we find victory.
One more room? What do we think? Can't take a hunger check for having a battle, right? It's empty. It's empty. One more room? One more room? Nah, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's not take any chances. And let's see how we did in the end. Obviously, the quest rewards guaranteed. We've picked up a handsome stack of 16.5k in gold. An absurd number of crests, as always. 14 deeds, 7 portraits, and 2 busts. Couple of upgrades there. Hellian's got level 3 and gotten vampiric spirits for her troubles. Ludell has gotten claustrophobia, which is strange if you're a mankind, which is, I guess, fair enough. You're more of a dog person, I'd say. And then pressing on, we're going to get Dacnomania and Irresistible, which we picked up on purpose with a curio. Back in the hamlet.
There will be no sleep tonight. The wild shouts and frantic drumming will see to that.
Alright, these guys are both 2 level 0s. I don't need level 0s at this stage, to be honest. I'd probably get better from the stagecoach. Disease cured tetanus, lethargy, spasm of the entrails, remove calm and lazy eye. That's fantastic. Gonna keep trying to take care of low value quirks now that we've got a few guys level up too. Wow! I had Rene's before, I think. I had her before, and I got rid of her. And she's come back all experienced like, which works just fine for me. That said, I've got more Vestals than I really should have. I've just been keeping them along to level other people up, so I'm going to leave her behind. That said, though, she does represent a cash saving for me, because everything is upgraded and she already has level 4. You know what? Let's... Bovin, you've been great. You've got some pretty quirky quirks, but we're going to get rid of you.
Shoulders,
Renez in Rennie in your slot. There we go.
No more good to us.
And our roster is still full with a lot of crutch characters. And I'm going to be honest, there are a lot of crutch characters, but I'm just carrying on like a pork chop. Guys, I've been Ahdoom. This has been fun. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love it if you could like this video. I'd also love it if you could subscribe to this channel so you can get fresh videos every single day as I post them. If you want to check out the backlog, it's right there for you. You want to check out the news video, hey, this could be it, or it could be another. In any case, I've been Adam. It's been awesome. Catch you soon.